Thank you very much, Astrid. I'm going to be brief because I think that many of us are updated on the network. We have these meetings every 2-3 months, so it's not many new things. Liv, I think if we can move. We have already presented. I think next slide. Yes. So from what is important, especially for colleagues that are new in the network, is that Core Organic has started in 2004 as a project that should last 3 years. It was a vision of people at Aarhus University today, but at that time it was just a national research center in Denmark, in Forum, where ICROFS is located. To have transnational cooperation in organic sector. At that time, ERANET scheme has started, so European Research Area Networks, and Core Organic was one of the first networks to be built. And you can see in the second paragraph, it was Core Organic 1 that started in this very shy manner of 3 years. Then it developed to Core Organic 2. And in between these two, there was 3 years of non-formal networking. So networking was maintained, but there was no formal contract or consortium agreement. And after this, the network has always had a continuity in Core Organic Plus, Co-Fund, and in the last phase is a Core Organic Pleiades that is connected with the project Organic Targets for EU. This is a very unusual situation that network is part of a research project. There is a history to this. The call that made this possible was both for research projects and for coordination actions. So at the end, it was a research project, but we managed to propose certain coordination action. And this is why IFARM Organics Europe was very keen on collaborating. At that time, Bram, as a coordinator, had a very important role together with Ambra, that is a coordinator of the project as of today. I think that we have a unique opportunity to have this network continued until 2026 with this kind of annual meetings. So we don't have funds to launch calls. We hope that this will be happening within the partnerships. And this is why also we invited Nicolas to give us some insights on what are the dynamics. And many of you are part of the partnerships, but we still think that our sectoral knowledge maybe can be exchanged in this forum and can support the partnerships in a way. Yes, I think we can go on to the next. Yeah, this is what I just said, that we aim to widen the network. We aim to work on coordination of funding and see how the calls will evolve. We hope to support them under the European partnerships. I would like, with the next slide, I would just like to mention the name Core Organic Pleiades. We had a very formal names, Core Organic 1, 2, plus Co-Fund. These were the names that the Commission was giving to different program periods. The last name, Core Organic Pleiades, is our internal decision, and it reflects a star constellation. It's a small constellation that you can see with the naked eye. It's called also Seven Sisters, very tiny group of stellar constellation, but it has been used in the ancient times by the farmers. So they would have orientation of the seasonal change by looking at this constellation, and was also used for navigation at the sea. So both farming and aquaculture, in our view, are in a way expressed with this a little bit symbolic concept. Later during the day, we have some forms that we call interstellars. So this is why it will help us to work in the workshops, and you will see it. But this is just for you to know where the name comes from and what it means. And maybe you pronounce it a little bit different, because in different countries, Pleiades is pronounced differently. That's most welcome. Thank you, Liv. If we can see the next slide. At the moment, we are 42 partners in a core organic. This is a picture from last year when we closed the core organic co-fund. We hope that from today we will have a new joint photo that we can use for our promotion. Would also like to thank Chris, who is together with us to help us have also visual material that is of a high quality and have photographs and other elements that are coming from today. The combination of consortium is a little bit different than in the previous years. We have more stakeholder partners and research institutions, especially from the countries where the ministries were not in capacity to join the network. We are still primarily funders network. Our aims are to understand the funders context, but we also have welcomed broader membership. We also have new networks, like a network of regions, for instance, area that has joined, explicitly to have broader knowledge and learnings that we couldn't have in the previous years. Thank you. We can move on. Here is the map with a dark gray, dark green that you can see the coverage, and the gray areas are for partners that are part of the network as observers. The only difference is that they do not maybe attend annual event, but they're receiving all information and they attend as they can annual online events that we have. So it's a 42 members. I think this we never had before, so many members. Yes, we hope that this will, for next 3 years, will give a new insights. We can go on. I move on here to something that will be closer to our next talk. These are some numbers to show how the Horizon Europe partnerships that are the successor of the network instrument of Euronet have moved. We have 42 partners, but please have a look at what is the amount of partners that are gathered around the partnerships. It's at least a double agroecology partnership, Future Foods, that is food system partnership, Biodiversa Plus, that is from the first wave of the partnerships, Sustainable Blue Economy partnership. This really huge ventures to coordinate. I have went through the lists of the partners. So these are, when it says number of funders, it's my guess. I didn't go to check every single partner because sometimes the titles are that you are not sure if this is a funding or research partners. So Nicola, I apologize. This is really approximate number in order just to see that actually there is a big overlap with existing core organic member funders. This was, I think, the only idea behind this. And for some of the partnerships, I think we could also benefit, especially the last one, in cooperating better on aquaculture teams, which for us is our weaker point. We have not worked very much in this context. Thank you. I think we can see the next slides. We will go very fast through this. The partnerships are working based on strategic documents called Strategic Research Innovation Agendas. These documents exist for every single partnership. For agroecology partnership, these are 4 teams that are leading what the future calls will look like and what the funders will decide to where they will navigate when they launch the calls. We can see in the next slide, please, Lieve, that the organic sector and the organic research is welcomed within this context. I don't think that we should be now going into much details, but this is for you. If you have not seen these documents, please recommend it also to the research community in your respective countries, and of course be familiar with them. We can see the next slide as well. This is for food system partnership, Future Foods. And these 4 research areas, change way we eat, change way we the process, these are the areas that will again pave the road for the future calls. For group here, this is interesting because TP Organics is preparing new research agenda for next year for organic sector. And these 4 teams will be used as leading teams when discussing our sectoral research agenda. In reality, the core organic meeting next year will be in connection with preparing of strategic research innovation agenda. We have Maria Garnett from TP Organics. You're welcome also to approach Maria during the day and maybe learn more about it. Next week, there are innovation days, organic innovation days. So our meeting, annual meeting next year will be collocated with organic innovation days in order to discuss, according to these 4 driving ideas, what our sectoral vision is. I think maybe there is, we can just go on. I would not like to take more time, but I would just, let's move on. Yes, I think that would like to say that in other research agendas, I have seen that organic is also mentioned as an example, but I think some of them are still in progress, not finalized, and the calls will nevertheless be in the hands of the funders, and many of you are also in the funding groups. So I think next year will be important to see how this transnational calls will evolve. With this, I thank you, and I give floor to Nicolas and of course Astrid as a facilitator. And if you have any questions, I think we can take them later from my side, because then it's more interesting. Astrid, please